Hey, what's up, guys? This is Mystic Motors Lab. We are over here. We've got a three-part series. Our school has been sponsored by Rlaarlo, and you can see we've got this awesome rally car over here. We've got the amazing Omni Terminator, and then over here we've got the AK. So we're going to be doing some unboxings here. We're going to be doing a speed run with the AK. We're going to be doing some bashing with the Omni Terminator, and then we'll just do some general on-road stuff with our rally car. So this should be super fun, and this is from our sponsors again, Rlaarlo. Thank you so much, helping out our school club, making this so amazing for our students, and really getting them into RCs with some of the best RCs on the market. All right, so first up in the series, we've got our Omni Terminator, and I have taken some of this stuff out of the box. You can see here these absolutely amazing, super grippy, and nice compound tires. They've got the 12 millimeter hex. These are just feeling so great, so grippy. These should be absolutely awesome, and they are pre-glued, which is really nice because that is something that I've tried with my students in club, and it has not gone all that amazing. Glue gets everywhere, and it's extremely sticky, so that's a real nice include there. It also comes with this really great remote. We've got a whole bunch of different options in here. If I can get this open. So you've got your steering trim, your throttle, and you've got a bunch of little switches that you can also kind of mess with. Channel 3 and channel 4 up there. So just overall really nice, and it's even got the little opening here so you can put a little lanyard on there because, hey, let's face it, when I'm having 20 different students using these cars, I don't want these getting dropped and broken, so that's really nice for us as well. Some other really awesome stuff that they put in with the kit, you get the optional speed gear. You've got a set of hex wrenches, which are really nice includes because then you don't need to have your own set, or if you're like me working with 20 different kids trying to wrench on cars, it's nice that they come with them so that way we don't have to fight over who's got the wrenches at what time. So looks like a 1.5, a 2, and a 2.5 in there. Another really awesome include that I love to see are these gaskets here for the diffs. Just really, really awesome include that you don't see in a lot of cars, and awesome, awesome include. Comes with the wheel nuts, a couple zip ties for any of your wiring and other applications. Nice, there we go, Rlaarlo battery straps there, really nice. Comes with 2 of them. You've got the components to put on the wheelie bar, which on 3S, this thing is really, really sweet, and we'll probably be putting that on immediately before we get running. And then we've got some of our other little battery option parts here. You've got little foam bumpers. You've got some of these other optional clips and pieces, so that way you can do that. All right, now let's get into the vehicle itself. So awesome body with the little rubber clip retainers, so that way you don't lose them, because let's face it, that is something that we lose, and for our club, I've had to buy those things in bulk, so it's nice having those so we don't lose a million of them. Got the nice skids here, little front bumper, little rear bumper. On the inside, some extra kind of retainers there for some strength. and then you can see the bolts in there holding on those roof skids. We do need to still put on our stickers so we could get that body looking fully run ready, but that's awesome. And then here's the true beauty of this, all on the inside. This thing is just immaculate. So beautiful, beautiful construction. Everything is nice, soft, plush springs. We're going to get the tires on in a little bit, and we can see just how nice that is. You've got your ESC over here, and it comes with the 3S, and it's got the XT60 connector. We're running brushless. We've got our nice brushless fan in there. Always awesome. And then something else that's really cool is it comes with that adjustable motor mount, which is absolutely key. Receiver is tucked away in here, really, really nice. Nice on-off switch, accessible. Honestly, that's something that a lot of the kids in my club struggle with, trying to get some of the other models of cars on and off because the switches are kind of tucked in and you got to then turn it on and put the top on or whatever else. So this is really nice that that's accessible, just kind of tucked underneath. Some awesome aluminum parts here. We've got the shock tower mounts. Oh, look at that. We've got lights over here. I didn't even see that. And another really cool nice little feature is that a lot of the wiring in here is really, really soft, very flexible. And that's really nice because if you ever try to take some of these things apart or adjust them, doing some of the wire cleanup is always a pain in the butt. But this is really nice because with these being a little bit more flexible, you can get that wire cleanup going really, really nice. And then here's where your battery sits in. Nice 3S that it comes with. Just absolutely awesome. That's over on the charger right now. I'll grab that in just a little bit. And then you can even see down in here, it's got the little roll bar on the front and rear. So here's the front, here's the rear. Awesome. And then just the coloring. Look at it, just this awesome green and black, just classic coloring. Love it. All right, so here is the Omni Terminator. We got the tires all on there, and this just looks awesome. Beautiful, beautiful car. Dips feel really nice. The tires, just the perfect size to go with this. But one of the things that I noticed is if you look at one of the WL toys that we have for club, that's a 1/12, and you can see it's not quite the same size. The Omni Terminator is a little bit bigger. But then here is one of our modified rustlers. And this is a 1/10 4x4 rustler, and you can see that is definitely a little bit bigger. It's got the modified wheels, but you can see it's a little bit longer of a wheelbase and a little bit wider. So I'd call this Omni Terminator probably like an 11 scale. It's a little bit smaller, not quite 12 scale, but not quite as big as the 10 scale from some of the other companies. But still absolutely amazing, and this thing is just going to rip. I'm so excited. So we'll get out and do some videos on the driving in just a little bit.
Here you can see we've got our Omni Terminator next to one of our club cars. Nice little 14th scale, a little rigid.
All right, and here we are with the amazing Omni Terminator. Just got the battery all charged up. We've got 3S in there. Can you guys see it? Hold on. Get it out to the end of the driveway here. This thing is just absolutely wicked. This is so smooth, just feels great. Nice fast servo, a lot of punch. We got the 3S in here. Let's give it a rip. Got the lights going on the front. Oh man, got to get a ramp built. Wow, you can just feel that power in there. Controller's so smooth, responsive, feels great in the hand. And the other thing I was showing earlier, it's got that LiPo attachment, so instead of burning through all the AA batteries with our club, you can really take advantage of that LiPo and recharge and keep it going. It just sounds wicked. That is quick. My gosh, that's got acceleration. That is beautiful. And then we're going to go to the skate park in a little bit and check it out there, because this is just in the cul-de-sac, just giving it a first kind of warm-up, seeing how it goes, and then we'll get ripping out there too. Oh, a little wheelie action. Got the little lights in front. Looks wicked. I still got to put the stickers on, sorry. But my goodness. Just amazing. Check that thing out. Alright, next up in our series, we've got our Rlaarlo Rally Car. This thing is just absolutely beautiful. I've seen so many people reviewing it and driving it, and it just looks so amazing. We actually don't have a lot of rally cars already for our club. We have mostly, little short course trucks or monster trucks or even buggies, but not a whole lot of rally. So we are super excited for this one. So let's get breaking into this. I might need a little knife or something. This is true unboxing here with you guys. Let's try not to destroy this box. Just a nice packaging this comes in. Bear with me. Oh, rip box. I don't want to, but hey, we're in. Alright, so let's check this out. We got all sorts of awesome goodies in here. So, just like we saw on the Omni Terminator, comes with those diff seals, which is awesome. We've got our wrenches, we've got our tire wrench, we've got the optional gear, and we've got all sorts of stickers. There's the zip ties, instruction manual, just a nice package. There's even more of the battery bars. Okay, all that, I got sticky stuff stuck on my finger. Just all that stuff, alright, all that good stuff. And wow, look at that car. That is stellar. Here's our controller, same basic idea as we saw on the Omni Terminator. What's that little sticky thing on there? Interesting. Okay. But yeah, same basic controller. It's got all the same features on the inside. Whoops. Okay. Just really nice controller. Feels good in the hand. Feels pretty responsive. Should be a real nice controller, just like we saw on that last one. Wow, wow, wow. Look at this. My goodness. Can I get it out all smooth? Not quite. Man, I'm struggling. Come on. I'm stuck on it. I'll fast forward this part for you guys. Alright, there we go. We got it taken out. There was zip ties on the bottom, which is really nice, holding it in place and keeping it all good. The Omni Terminator, that was opened originally at school by my students, and then they got really shy and didn't want to do the unboxings and everything, so I decided I would take it over for them. They were just being a little bit shy. So here we can see the amazing rally car, and look at that. It's got the film on there. Oh, it's like one of my favorite parts. Look at that. Beautiful. So, nice coloration, awesome setup. There's the zip tie that I need to get off. So let's get this opened up. These shocks, my goodness, that just feels so ridiculously smooth. So it looks like to open it up from underneath here, you gotta turn these little latches. Look at that. It's even got a little muffler on the back. Wow. That is just awesome. And then we got to pop the pin in the front here. And there we go. And then it latches back. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Very, very similar on the inside to what we had with the Omni Terminator. We've got our beautiful fan. We've got our motor on the adjustable motor mount. Here's our battery. Let's check that out. There we go. 2200 milliamp hour. Nice 3S. Beautiful. We got the XT60 here. This car's got all these little pieces of tape or something stuck all over. Alright, so we'll get that over on the charger. That way we can get this run going. Here's just the zip tie from the packaging. Let's get that out of there. So you've got all of your wires nicely organized in here. Same thing like we saw with the Omni Terminator, nice and soft. And this is just awesome. This thing looks so sick. It's got aluminum parts in here for the shock towers. Got the aluminum shocks themselves. Then inside the body here, look at that. You got all of this awesome lighting and wiring, really nicely organized. You got the headlights, tail lights, just absolutely cool. It's got nice little bumper protectors, and then this thing will just close on up, and wow, just so ready to go. So that clips back into the front, and then you gotta do the little latches on the bottom to clip on the sides, and you are ready to go. But look at that, just stunning chassis, nice aluminum with the carbon fiber pieces. Wow, wow, wow. We are testing out the Rlaarlo Rally Car today. So we clipped it in. You could hear that fan. Wow, nice fan. We got that clipless body system. We clipped it in here, and then these little clips went in there. All right, let's give this thing a rip. We got our 3S battery in there. This thing sounds wicked. Nice fast servo. Wow, my gosh, that feels so ridiculously smooth. And that is lightning fast. Look at that. Wow. That thing just rips. And it just sounds so ridiculously smooth. I'm just out here in the cul-de-sac. We're on winter break right now for school, and sadly my students didn't want to film the footage outside, and we did the unboxing at school, and then they gave up on that, so I had to do them all myself. But even though these kids are shy, this RC club is really awesome. It gets these kids into building RC cars and fixing them up, and then tuning, and just a little bit of social connection for these kids. Gotta love it. And then later this year, our school is gonna break ground on our track once we get the ground to thaw out a little bit, and then that'll be open for the community. Wow, this thing is just smooth, and you can see the shocks are just absorbing, amazing. Yeah, power sliding. Beautiful. Well done, Rlaarlo.
All right, here we are with part three. We've got the AK-787. This thing is nicely packaged, and you can see here it's got this really nice foil sticker on here, kind of showing that factory seal. I'd love to see it. And then when you crack it open inside, you've got this really nice packaging. You've got the car, the transmitter, and all the other parts and pieces. It even comes with this nice little letter and a bottle opener that you can see here. And then in a moment, I'll show you this letter. Here it is, just absolutely cool touches from Rlaarlo. Love to see it. Great job there. And then we get to some of the internals here. We've got the instruction manual with the stickers and some of the other optional parts. These optional parts are really nice. You can see we've got the foam strips in there, and then we've got some of the other really important parts and pieces like the sealed gaskets, which are just awesome for the differentials. We've got the optional pinion gear for speed running and getting those max speeds out of it. Here's the second set of the diff seals. And then over here we've got our additional gear. So this would go inside and kind of just also modify to get to those higher speeds. Here's our body packaging. Look at those colors, the greens, the oranges, the blacks, so sleek. Same controller that we saw on the Omni Terminator and on the Rally Car. Just really, really nice feeling in the hand, very smooth, responsive. Here's the battery, 3300 milliamp hour. This is only a 2S. Here's our inside view. Here's our front bumper. Here's our diff with the aluminum mounts. We've got the center brace, which is all carbon fiber there, which is awesome. There we've got a really nice ESC and motor combo. Again, aluminum shock mounts. So nice, so smooth. Here's the bottom. Look at those aluminum parts and the side wings that are made of the carbon fiber. The aerodynamics are just sleek. Here's the front end looking just nice. Got
Cool
that
video. We've got the Omni Terminator. We've got our AK over here for the speed run, and then we've got the rally car. We've got some open stretch here in the school parking lot. We're gonna set up and do some speed testing. I've got the little Sky RC GNSS speed monitor, so I'm gonna hook that up and get the app going on my phone, and we'll see how that cooks. All right, we've got our GNSS taped up inside of the body. We've got our 3300 milliamp hour battery chilling in there. We're gonna fire it up, button it up, and then get going on a speed run here. Switch this on. All right, we got our speed app all set up. Let's see, is it picking up? Yep, picking up there. All right, track, start. Here we go. Let's see what this thing can do. Wow, that thing is fast and straight as an arrow. All right, let's see. So that was over here, and if we look at our controller, that was on 75% throttle there. So we're gonna crank this up and see if we can get even more speed. Let's see what that initial run was. All right, here we go. Stop, read. 28 miles an hour. All right, let's do it again. Track, start. Yep, picking it up. There we go. All right, crank it up. Let's see how we do. Woo, that's quick. Whoa, I hit a little bump there. Whoa. Woo, give it a little run out. There we go. That just sounds so wicked. Whoops. We'll power slide over the Mystic Motors mat. That's okay. There we go. All right, let's see. What was that? On full power there. This is still 2S. Read it, 32. All right, pretty cool. All right, so we just did some of our speed run there. We had the 2S lipo inside of it. Let's back up a little bit. Motor barely even warm. That thing barely even warm. 4,300 kV, beautiful. There's our battery in there. This is 2 to 3S, so I'm going to toss in a 3S LiPo and see how fast we could go with that one. But my gosh, look at this. Just beautiful, really nice tires, just awesome aerodynamics. Look at the Rlaarlo aluminum front here for the shock tower. Super plush shocks, just insane. This next one on 3S, I might also hook in the lights so we can see that. So let's check it out. Rocking 3S now. Look at those tail lights, and then we got the headlights going now. It's getting a little dark out, but let's see what we can get for a speed run here. All right, there's our speed tracker, picking it up. Start. Let's check it out. Ooh, that's way faster. Wow. This is the Rlaarlo 3S 2200 milliamp hour. Woo-hoo. Wow. That is so much faster. Wow, that is flat out. One more big pass. Full throttle. Wow. Wow, so responsive. Wow. Let's see, what did that get on 3S? That was way faster, it felt like. Alright, let's see. Stop. Read, yeah, 46. Way faster. And that's 3S just right out of the box. We still have the optional gearing changes, and my goodness, we can really get it cooking. This thing goes so pin straight. Let's do another one. Track it, start it, make sure it's picking up. Yep. All right, here we go. Wow. Ooh, I had to hit the brakes. We got a car coming here. I want this car running over this car. Whoa, don't hit the curb. Wow. Amazing. All right, let's see. That felt even faster. Here we go. Stop. Read. Yeah, 46. Wow, that's pretty consistent there. All right, so now let's do speed run on. Let's do the rally car. All right, let's do a speed run with this guy. It's so cold that the sticky tape I'm using to set this guy up isn't even sticking. Let's see, are we tracking? Yep, tracking. Start. Okay. There we go, full throttle on 3S. Let's see. Got the lights on and everything. It looks nice. All right, let's get another run in there. Woo! Nice and fast right off the launch. Look at that pin. Straight. It didn't even touch the controller. Look at that. Hand right off the wheel. So fast. So nice. Wow, I do not even need to touch the wheel right now. That is just going pin straight. I can't believe it. That is immaculate. Oh, and the brakes are smooth. All right, let's see. What did we get here? All right, let's do stop. Read 27. Nice. All right, there we go. We are all hooked in. We're taped on there with a little bit of packing tape. Not the greatest, but you know, we're not going off jumps right now. We are just trying to do the speed of the Omni Terminator. So let's start it. Let's make sure we're tracking. Yep. And oops. Stop. Read. Track. Start. There we go. Okay. Back zeroed out. Let's check it out. This is on 3S. Woo, that's quick. I'd say that's faster than the rally car was. There we go. I don't know if you can see that over in the stripes. Man, that's quick. Here it comes. We got a little light on. Full throttle. Let's see. What did that do? Alright, let's check it out. Stop. Read 30. Alright, cool. Yeah, that felt a little faster. And we did have the rally car on 100%. Let's see, do we have this on 100% as well? Yep. Alright. Maybe the rally car just needed a slightly more charged up battery. I don't know. We'll give it another test in a little bit. Let's do this one for another run here. Woo, there it goes. Now I do need to play with the steering on this one a little bit, whereas the rally car just went flat out super straight. I do need to adjust this one a little bit. But wow, so nice. Donuts out there. Alright, let's see. Last run. I'm freezing out here. It is so cold. Alright, let's see. Stop and read. Yep, 30 miles an hour. So really nice, and that's again box stock. Just on the 3S, no upgraded gearing or anything like that. We'll do another video. I'll make the students do it this time because they were really shy and didn't want to do any of these through September, October, November. I think it was October that Rlaarlo decided to sponsor us. Thank you guys so much for the sponsorship. Amazing having these three cars. We've got the Terminator again here. We've got the awesome rally car, and then I cannot believe it, this insanely fast AK here. Just absolutely amazing, and we'll keep pumping out videos, and soon we're gonna have our track at school, so we'll get even more up going on there with the actual dirt track, some racing and some jumps and stuff like that, and it'll be really awesome seeing the Terminator on that doing jumps and the rally car cruising around and kicking up some dirt.